And here I am with the carburettor removed from my little Triumph Tiger Cub. On that ride the other day, the last one in the frost at Bantam Hill and around the lanes, I did actually feel that the bike wasn't pulling quite as hard as perhaps it should have been when it was going up Bantam Hill, as we call it. I was having to sort of where I'd change up to third and expect it to sort of hang on, I found out to go back to second on a couple of occasions, although it ran well enough. I thought, well, I'll just sort of have a look at a couple of things. I've had the spark plug out, and that was on the darker side of alright. It was a dark brown and actually a bit black around the circumference of the tip going into the cylinder head. But I'll clean that up and put it back in, and got the carburettor off because I thought I'd just check if there was any dirt or water or anything in there. And whether we'll see that on camera, let's just dim the light a setting. There we are. It's just doing that flickering thing, isn't it? There is actually, there's some dirt. Let's try that. Some dirt came out the float bowl, in spite of there being a little gauze filter at the banjo going into the carburettor and there being one on the fuel tap. But whether the camera will pick this up, there's actually just a little bead of water there as well, little grubby bead of water right in the corner of that container. So I've got that out. There's the plastic float from the float chamber, an original Zenith one, which must be as old as the bike, clearly not being upset in any way at all by E10 petrol. There's the float bowl, nice and clean in there now, and the carburettor itself. And I'm going to take the air filter off it as well and just give that a swill, just in case that's a bit grubby, and that might be the cause of the spark plug looking a little bit on the dark side. But it was running okay the other day, but it's good to keep on top of things like this and just check them from time to time. It doesn't take very long at all, and I'll know now that I've got a clean carburettor, clean spark plug, and I'll have a clean air filter as well, and that should do us. And that little bead of water in there is really tiny compared to what might have turned up. It's still in there. There we are, right in that corner there. I'll just take the light off it a little bit. You can just sort of see that darker coloured stuff moving around in that little bit of petrol in the corner of the tray there. So I've got that out as well. So I'll clean the air filter next, and then I'll put the carburettor back together, put the throttle slide back in and the choke plunger, you can see that there as well, and it'll be ready for the next trip out, which hopefully won't be too far off. There we are, there's the carburettor all back together again and fitted, and little bike sounds happy with life. I've cleaned the air filter as well as the spark plug, and obviously cleaned the carburettor out, well, checked it out, it wasn't actually that bad. And I've also oiled the rear chain, just in case that was a bit dry. It wasn't, but a dry chain can sap quite a bit of power on a little bike like this. You might just be able to tell that it's charging there. I'm going to rev it up, the lights brighten a little bit. Switch it off. Switch back on. There we are. It was a little bit reluctant after our last ride to do that. All okay again now. And ready for our next adventure, which won't be too far away, I'm sure.